Welcome back to my channel, guys. Well, if you are new, welcome for the first time, and please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment under the video. Well, if you're one of my old viewers, welcome back again. So in my last video, if you watched it, you know I talked about anxiety and then the different subsections under it. Like, anxiety is very, very big, and there are different areas of like concentration. We have the social anxiety disorder, we have the this thing separation anxiety disorder, we have illness anxiety disorder, we have post-traumatic stress disorder, phobia, and so on. They go on. But today I'm going to be talking on a mental illness that I know many people requested from me that they wanted me to talk about it, because I always say here in Nigeria, because here in Nigeria we do not take mental illnesses as a serious thing, and it's really annoying because sometimes most of the things that happen to us, we don't tend to understand why they happen to us, and it's because we may have one mental health issue or the other. But today I'm going to be talking about depression. Depression is a mental health disorder or mental health illness, any of them, and it is characterized by feeling of sadness. But what people don't get is that depression isn't only about sadness. You don't just feel sad, you feel numb, like you are dead, you don't feel anything, you are so emotionless, like you just feel, you don't feel. Yes, that's just depression. Many people think when you hear about depression, you think it's just sadness, you feel sad all the time. That's not depression. Yes, sadness is one of the symptoms of depression, but when you have depression, you feel sad, you feel worthless, you feel, you just feel out of, you don't just feel like you belong. The symptoms of depression are like, there are so many, and it's not like it's like everybody goes through the same kind of symptoms. Some people might feel this particular way and some people might feel another particular way. Like, so some of the common symptoms of depression is feeling of sadness, feeling of anger. Yeah, like you feel numb, you can't react. For example, someone might make a joke in class or something and everybody's laughing, but you don't really know how to react. Probably you might get the joke but you just don't feel like as if you want to react, or you might be laughing but you don't feel happy. So you feel numb, you feel you feel sometimes you feel worthless, you feel as if life isn't worth living anymore, and that can start leading to suicidal thoughts. You feel angry, you just get angry. You feel sad, you might have outbursts, you might feel lonely. So depression, there are so many symptoms that come with with depression. Well, depression affects the way we think, the way we react, and the way we do things normally, and it can cause, it can lead to emotional, physical problems. It affects the way we do our day-to-day activities. What people don't know is that depression isn't a phase and you just simply can't snap out of it. Because sometimes when you tell people you think you have depression, they just be like, it's a phase, don't worry, you get over it. You don't just get over depression. It is a mental illness and it requires a series of treatment. Like every other mental illness, it doesn't happen, it doesn't go away one day. It requires a series of treatment that you take before you can go. Some causes of depression. As of now, there's no known exact cause of like depression, but most times you really need to go and see the doctor so that they can check your brain for like activities to know whether you're suffering from depression or not. Sometimes some people are actually, I would say, they are born with depression. Like it can be like a trait in their family line, or sometimes it's just something that comes on along the way. Some causes are actually kind of like natural. For example, your brain chemistry or your brain structure. In the brain, there are things called neurotransmitters, and neurotransmitters are things that they are chemicals that the neurons in the brain they use to communicate with each other. So there's a particular neuro transmitter called serotonin, and serotonin is the neurotransmitter that like it's associated with happiness, feeling of happiness, just uplifting. Is a kind of neurotransmitter that kind of like makes you happy. So if you have low levels of serotonin, you can actually have depression. Then another cause of depression is when someone has low self-esteem. If you have really low self-esteem, you really get affected by things people say to you, and in the long run you can kind of get depressed. Wherever people keep saying negative things to you, I know people with low self-esteem, they don't really really know how to deal with things like that, because anything people say to them kind of affects them in a negative way. Like traumatic or like stressful event. People don't know that when you break up with somebody, it can lead you to depression. Imagine you've been in a relationship for like 3, 4, 5 years. You've invested time, you've invested money, invested so many things, and then the person calls up the relationship, and especially when it doesn't end in like good terms, it can lead somebody into depression. Losing a loved one can lead someone into depression and so many other things. And then at depression, you have to go to the hospital for them to actually scan your brain to see the activities of your brain, so that they will know if you are going through depression. Talk about depression and social media. There's a research that was done, and it shows that people suffering from depression are most likely people that use social media a lot. There's a case of a girl that said that she was really, really depressed, and she fell into depression, and she almost committed suicide because she was using social media and she was always seeing that people, everybody had happy life. Social media doesn't really show you the bad parts or the bad aspects of somebody's life. Everybody just puts out the good aspect, because I wouldn't want to put out the bad aspects of my life on social media. So she felt like everybody was just, generally happy. And then she was like, what is she doing wrong? That is, her life is like, she just felt so sad, and she just felt like she was doing something wrong that was making her not happy like other people. So social media in a way tends to increase the level of depression in the society, because everybody is trying to one way or the other post about the good things happening in their lives. So when people now see that, and maybe in your life at that particular moment you're not going through something good, and you'll not be like, oh my god, see people that are there happy, why am I like this? And because of that, it can actually increase the risk of depression. So we've all felt down and sad before. Maybe we fail a test, or we lose money, or something sad, and you feel a little bit depressed. And that is actually quite normal. It's quite normal to feel depressed once in a while, because it's the body's natural way of reacting to things when you are sad or when you don't feel good. But when it becomes permanent, it's no longer temporary. Like now you're grieving over a loved one, you grieve over for a period of time, and then when it becomes it's no longer temporary and it's now continuous, then that's when depression sets in. So being depressed is something that happens temporarily, it's not permanent. But depression is simply being depressed over a long period of time. So if you're actually very depressed over a protracted period of time, it can lead to depression. So I hear comments like, when people say they are going through depression or something like that, it's not every case that is depression. Sometimes you may just be feeling depressed at that moment, but go see a doctor so that they can check you out and then diagnose you, and then start giving you proper treatments for it. Then for people that have low serotonin, there's a neurotransmitter, it can actually lead to depression. So there are ways whereby we can boost our serotonin level so that we can feel a little bit happier. So you go for exercise, you jog, you take walk. So exercise is actually good for boosting serotonin level. So if you exercise a lot and you boost your serotonin level, it can actually help in easing like depression and stuff. If somebody is depressed and you say those things to those kind of person, you're actually pushing the person closer to the edge, and the person might end up committing suicide. So I saw some comments on a post about someone being depressed, and they're like, she's just seeking attention, or it's just a phase, or abeg go jare, you get over it, or so many things. And you don't tell people that are depressed, those kind of people that are suffering, going through depression, you don't tell them those kind of things, because it makes them feel more isolated to themselves, and they will not be willing to seek help, proper help, and they start keeping things to themselves. And once they start keeping things to themselves and feeling more worthless, they start having thinking of death, having thoughts about death, and then thinking about committing suicide, and some of them eventually succeed. And it happens here. It's not just outside, it happens within us. You have people drinking sniper, or you have people hanging themselves, and really. So now there are various treatments for depression. You can go to a hospital, and when you get diagnosed, they can give you antidepressants. Those are like it's a medication that you take, and there are so many different antidepressants. You can have serotonin reuptake inhibitor. That one inhibits the reuptake of serotonin, so it's like there's a lot more of serotonin in your body, and then it makes you, it kind of boosts your happiness level. And then you can seek therapy. You can just go and talk to somebody. You talk to a psychologist or a psychiatrist, and they talk, and then they teach you on how to help yourself, kind of like boost your self-confidence. You can talk to family and friends, but if you're not comfortable talking with family and friends, you seek professional help and you do therapy. And there are so many different things that we can do, to kind of like help boost our self-confidence, our self-esteem, and help us to overcome depression. And for people that know someone suffering from depression, please don't just brush them away or just say comments to them that push them over the edge. Like, if someone comes to you and says support, like, telling you about how they feel, don't just wash it away or just say it's nothing, because by saying that, you're actually hurting them and they'll feel bad, and because of that they might actually just bottle up everything. And I say this about, do not bottle up your feelings, because when you bottle up your feelings, you think you have like sent it away or you've overcome it, but it's actually still there. It's just in a bottle and it's kind of piling up, and when the bottle is full, it just explodes one day and it can cause things that we might not ever recover from. Depression isn't a weakness. That's what people should understand. It's not a weakness. It's just like malaria. It's a sickness. It's a mental illness. So we should seek and put in efforts to try to resolve it. And like every other mental illness, including depression, it is not a one-day process. It is a continuous thing that we have to do till we are able to feel better. So finally, for this video, try to check up on loved ones, and just once in a while. And please, let's be much more watchful of the kind of things we say to people, because you don't know what people are going through behind. We don't know how far what we say to people affects them. So basically, I can be smiling now outside. That's how depression is. I can actually be smiling and be happy with my friends, but deep down inside, I can just hear so many voices just coming at me saying, you're worthless, you are this, you are that. So after I'm happy with my friends and I've gone out and I come inside, I just go back into my small bubble, and then I just fall back into depression. So let's try and check up on our friends. Like, even though we are smiling outwardly, we don't know what's going on inside our mind. Let us not take depression as a joke. It is a serious issue, and we should enlighten more people and spread awareness. And there's also something I forgot to mention earlier on. All women seek help whenever if they feel like they have depression than men, because if I bring it down to the African society, on this our society, it's like most times they feel like men don't really have emotions, and it's kind of sad because anybody can be depressed. You can be a young child can be depressed, a teenager, and then an old person. Depression does not have any age limit. It can come at any time. So we should learn to seek help, and not only women, the guys too have emotion. Learn to seek help. Even men, women, girl, boy, anybody, we should seek help and try to help people that have depression. So don't forget, there's one thing I always say to myself, love yourself. First of all, love yourself and take care of yourself, because if you don't love yourself, you can't love anybody else. So thank you for watching this video. I'll try and make more upon it. So just like, subscribe, and comment on the next mental illness you want me to talk about. And not just mental illness, basically anything you want to talk about, anything you're having problems with, just comment down and I'll do my best to make more videos. And very much for watching this video. Like, subscribe, and comment. So thank you. And I know there's no change in your mind.